Hey folks, how's it going? RedMaster and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now today we've got a little bit of a different video for you, and it's an idea that I've been sitting on for quite a few years now. This idea was actually recommended to me by SuperNoah. I don't know if he's still a viewer of the channel, if he's still hiding somewhere and still watching, but if you are out there, my friend, I'm finally going to do it. I'm finally taking draft into the ranked ladder. That's right. We are bringing sort of the draft style of deck building into ranked to see how well it will do against whoever we happen to find. I think now is a bit more of a chaotic time to do this. I mean, obviously this would have been a lot harder to do, a few months ago when I'd be facing, regular top ladder players with the shit I have today. But maybe with the chaos that is the current ladder, we might be able to do well with it. So before I kind of get into it, I want to explain what is going on. You might have remembered a few months ago where I had a draft video titled Project Preparation. I forgot to make the part 2 on that. It was supposed to be, the next installment of Standard Draft after that. But the idea behind that was to get my first 25 cards, and then the following Standard Draft collect another 25 to form a 50 card deck that I can then take into the ladder. Now, I tried to make sure that there weren't more than 4 copies, because obviously if you have 2 different decks, there are a chance that you can get obviously multiple copies of cards beyond the 3x standard count amongst the 2. So we had to make sure that we didn't go overboard, but thankfully we didn't. And we've got a bit of a mess to show you guys today. But the idea is to see where we'll end up on the ranked ladder. We're going to try and play 5 games today, maybe 5 games another time, to kind of keep things nice and condensed for you in one video. Well, nice and condensed across 2 videos, I should say. But yeah, that is going to be our plan of action. So with that being said, we got to take a look at the deck before we can get to the game. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright, and here is the list we're rocking with for today. A Viking Druid deck list comprised of 2 separate standard drafts. I mean, if you couldn't already tell, this is an absolute mess. There are some highlights. We've got a couple of globals here, Blacksmith and Fat Bard. I think, do we have any companions? No, we don't. So that's fun. A little bit of beef here in the end. We got a Rat King for all the good that will do. 3 copies of Ramrus. Fantastic. But you guys are going to probably already see, this is just going to be one solid, big, old mess that we're going to be playing today. And honestly, I'm just doing it to have some fun, see what happens, see if we can kind of annoy some people who are maybe trying to climb on day 1 ladder. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in, folks. Match number 1 of this weird draft rank mess right now. Alright, and on to game number 1 with a bit of an interesting opener here. A lot of 3 drops plus the Ramrus could yield for some interesting gameplay. Oh, Ice Weaving. You'll love to see that. The single copy of this. It's going to be hell trying to pick out one single card, honestly. Like, oh, I really want a Mordok. I only got 1 in the deck out of 50 cards. It's just going to be one of those times where it's going to be a mess. It's going to be chaotic. But I'm here for it. We'll see what happens. And already opening up very, very strong. Wow, he just kind of gave me that. Well, I mean, sure, amigo. I will pop the Flower Knight for free. And see, this is what I mean, right? The ranked ladder is a bit chaotic. I got this dude spitting out cards left, right, and center. Not sure if that was the intent for him to do that, but here we are. Is that an Eternal Judgment is the question. I mean, I had 3 wizards, so I mean, like, what's the worst that can happen? Huh? It's not. It is not the card I imagine. Well, we'll get the Mana Core out here to protect the wizard, get some early ping in. Assuming my man here understands the play of Manticore, maybe you should have a decent response to this. It is turn 5, but you never know. You never know. All right, and it looks like our opponent here has decided to potentially forfeit the game after losing one card. You know, very sad indeed. You hate to see it, but in the meantime, I'm going to put in some more damage. If this is the end of the game, we'll have to throw it to game 2. So with that, not really much happening in our first game. Let's go ahead, I guess, and jump right in to that said match number 2 after we knock down this castle. Boom. Yeah. Alright, so match number 1, not very great for us. Kind of an open surrender there, not a whole lot happening, but we got match number 2, and honestly, this hand looking a little bit better than it was for game 1. Got a nice curve here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, Fire Drake, not bad. So we're probably gonna open up with the injured Trent, turn 2 as our play here. Opponent's going Ninja Druid, which is a little concerning. Sometimes the track record on these decks are spotty. You've got a couple of nasty OTK stuff going around with E-Strike. You could have some companion bounce. Realistically, I'd favor more of the OTK matchup for us over the companion bounce. Mainly because we don't have any ways to pick off important targets that might be hiding in the back row. You're talking things like Karasume, the Temple, or is that still called the Temple? I think it's still called the Temple. Those targets we don't exactly have back row removal for, you know, aside from maybe the Wizard. So it will be tricky to get rid of them. So let's see if we can maybe do that. Alright, and another sort of pass turn here from our opponent. We have not seen a single card played between 2 matches other than 1 copy of Knight of Flowers. Oh, here we go. There's a card. Salahar Rider opening up turn 2. I guess my man disappeared and you know, forgot he was playing the video game, which is fine. Castle damage gets hit from the Rider. That's probably the best thing we could have gotten. We could still do maybe a trade-off with the injured Trent, while also maintaining the Wizard's health. And then we can maybe use the Rammers for it, hopefully. But yeah, that is the plan here. Again, hopefully our opponent does play something. If it's going to be one of those annoying matches where he tries to draw things out by just kind of stalling as long as possible, that's going to be quite a pain in the ass. But you know, what can we really do? It's just the way that people can play. But I mean, he's flopping through cards, so I don't know. We'll see though. All right, and it is going to be Throne coming out on turn 3. I'm not going to lie, that is a little concerning. Mainly because this is now straight up confirmed to be a bounce deck. I'm going to push the Fire Drake in here, using the Trent to pop the, what is this, the Temple? Throne. It is Throne. I was wrong. It wasn't a goddamn Temple. Son of a... Okay. But yeah, Fire Drake will move in. Explosive can deal with it now that it's sufficiently weakened. We'll keep the Wizard in the back here. I think this is going to be a pretty good equalizer that we need to protect at all costs here. I would hope he's got something in hand to deal with one of these units here. I mean, the Trent can't keep wreaking havoc now in the back. Okay, Medal of Bravery here, so we're going Dire... Oh, no. Alright, well, Dire Badger is a play for sure. Oh, son of a... Okay, well, there's the Forest Revolt. 1 turn off of the... Son of a stupid... Anyways, let's get the Rammers here. We'll get the Fire Drake a little more extra attack. We'll do this. We'll probably run Rammers up. And maybe just to be a bit of a bigger asshole, we might go for a Freezing Pillar here. Just so that way we know that we can keep the Badger in place here. It's not going to run around and do any sort of sneaky stealth stuff. And we can keep a good aggro pressure on our opponent right now, in all honesty. I mean, the Fire Drake is not super easy to remove right now. He did have to use a coin for Badger, so that tells us his hand is pretty rough looking. And I'd imagine he's going to spend this turn either removing the pillar or finding some way to kind of thin out the unit count here. In which case, we can then maybe push the Dancing Swords for a big bit of swing damage. Yeah, you see, there's the Centaur. Centaur in the hand can be pretty funny. I can't really get rid of it, though, which is annoying. I mean, I can do that. Can follow up with doing maybe a little bit of this. Then maybe we can just push the dancing swords in. There's a lot he has to kind of remove here, and it's not going to be super easy. Imagine Badger's trading for Fire Drake. The Centaur could pop into the Rammers, and that gives him a full grip, well, full gold count to deal with whatever else, well, the rest of my units here, which is not looking pretty good. He would need something like maybe Companion plus some kind of ninja attack spell, maybe like an Ayajitsu. Vanishing Strike is a card, and that does actually work quite well here. And he can replay the Centaur if he wants to pop the Ramrus, use the badge. Well, you can't use the Badger for defense. You'd have to, okay, or vanish the, he's gonna replay the Badger. Can he replay the Badger? I think he can, right? It costs 2? Has to cost 2. Yeah, there it is. Alright. So that's a bit annoying. And we don't get any sort of useful card to help us with that. Well, that's fine. I could at least kill the Badger. That's pretty useful. And then maybe I just kind of keep up the pressure a little bit, go for a Dino Rider. By the way, my opponent's probably thinking to himself, what the hell is this monstrosity of a list?
Excuse me. What the fuck?
Alright, Kunoichi coming out here for the Centaur play. Okay, that cannot remove the Wizard, sir. You're 1 attack short, and you've used all your gold on the Kunoichi Centaur combo. So yeah, it's gonna hit the Wizard, to be expected. I think he didn't put it there, so I can do this, right? Run that. I think this is here, right? We'll run the Forest Revolt in. Yeah, it is there. And then I'll also do a Killer Rabbit play to kind of put more pressure on the opponent. It's annoying that our Wizard had to be moved out of position, but I think this is still a stronger spot to be in. We have the Killer Rabbit on board to do some more damage with the Rampage. There's no chain, so we don't have to worry about our positioning too much, aside from maybe a Swordsman. But the main priority should be to remove the Dinosaur Rider, because this thing is chonky and could potentially end the game if he's not careful. Next turn, we'll probably just follow with an Ancient Arbor. I don't really see us maybe playing the Call of Rain until turn 10, in which case we can play it on top of a Ranger from the hand. But yeah, I think this matchup is pretty close to being locked down, which is great. Another win for us. Why'd I say that 4 times? Who knows? Okay, another Kunoichi coming onto the board here. Probably going to pop into the Rider, because it does take a lot. Oh, Spiny too. Oh. Oh. Really? Alright, that's peculiar. Oh, and that's just going to be game over right there. The Dwarven Tunnel will mean the Rider can get an extra boost of attack here, and the Rabbit can do the rest of the damage. So, a very interesting matchup there for game number 2. Let's kind of keep the party going and move into match number 3. Alright, and that match number 3 on the way here. A mirror faction combo going on, as we've got Druid Viking against Viking Druid, of course. And the double Rammers play here could be interesting. It's not ideal, but you know, we can work with it. We can go 1 Ramrus and then potentially into another to create a 3/3, potentially make a trade where he's not really paying attention too much. But we'll see what happens. I'm kind of worried, though, how the rest of the game will look. Yeah, right here we can get a nice sort of Ramrus value here. Popping this in to be enough to make a clean trade here on turn 2. Even stuff so far. Nothing super spectacular or unusual for the most part. So right now I'd say we're looking pretty good. The Santa could be something funny we can use, but unfortunately we got to pull out something good, I imagine. Well, I might as well go for it. Dagger Storm on my end, Ignition on his. Interesting, alright. Well, I'm gonna have to put the Santa here to block for the incoming Dancing Swords. I really don't have a great response to it. The Dagger Storm is a pretty good pickup, I would say. This is something that we could use for potential range or back row removal. Things like Blacksmith, or what else could he really have in these colors that it might be back row? Maybe like a range unit, like a wizard maybe, but I don't know. And there is the Santa trade here with the Dancing Swords. We expected this, which is nice. We'll get rid of that. What's the follow play here, though? Turn 4. He did use the coin to get this Dancing Sword out turn 3, mind you, so he should maybe have more up his sleeve for us to deal with. So that I am not looking forward to. But let's see what it is. I mean, I love this beat. Blessing of the Trent. Well, that's minorly annoying. Could just do this and then put the Faithful Drake out. Kind of a weird turn, in all honesty. Not really confident in it, but we didn't want a 9-3 Dancing Sword hitting our face. Oh, and speaking of big chonkers, that's mighty good. That is a Beastmaster. In a format where, well, in a deck where, excuse me, we have very little removal for it, it is going to be a big pain in the ass. Well, that's good, I guess. Yeah, this might be the first time where we see the deck crack, because it is just a mix-up of shit. I mean, I have Rally the Town, which could be useful, but it's looking rough here. It's really looking rough. Wolf probably into... Oh, nope, just an attack here. Same with the bear. Okay. I mean, that's fine. He has to protect the Beastmaster through some means. Ludicrous strength on said Beastmaster. Oh, and the Mystic Journey to follow suit. That's a little brutal, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, you can see he's trying to cut off the spawn points for us to use. That's a big pain in the ass. I could kill that off either. I mean, let's go ahead and get this going out anyway. He's gonna lose that. We'll do that. I guess I'll just do that because I don't want to put my peasant in more danger. This is looking rough. I have Mordok, thankfully. Mordok can actually probably remove the Beastmaster fairly easily. We can probably pop into a lower creature like a wolf and then use the spawn unit to go after the Beastmaster. But this is a little annoying. I mean, we're not totally out of it yet, which is great. There's the wolf hitting in. Give those beasts an extra beat of attack here. I imagine we're going to see the wolf just hit in for another 3 damage to face, right? Like, I don't see why not. I think you should probably remove the Beastmaster from this this scene, though. Well, he's got the opportunity. Oh, alright, going after the peasant. I think he fears reanimate, which, you know, we're not rocking. So, you know, Godspeed to you, pal. Oh! La Freezing Pillar. Wow, alright. That's annoying. And he kept the Beastmaster there. Well, you know, when mistakes happen, it is most unfortunate.
It's time for the punishment.
That they do. Ooh, what a rip. What a fat rip indeed. So we get to pop all of this. Our Mordok stays on the board, which is pretty important. The Arctic Explorer has no way to get combo draw, which is good. But we are at a severe card disadvantage for the remainder of this match. I'm really curious to see how he decides to approach this. Looking to maybe shoot into face here. Lightning Blade would be big for him. Nope, has the ludicrous strength instead. I mean, sure, we can do that. We can agree ludicrous strength is a hell of a card. Pass is also a hell of a play. All right, let me go ahead and do the funny. Gonna get this going. We're gonna get the Mana Core out. This is going to protect our Mordok for another Wraith, which I think we might just run down. I might just trade the Peasant in because that extra Wraith is just too juicy to not send into face here. And right now, we're on a pretty good comeback. I don't exactly know what this guy's game plan was. Probably some discount or budget Mystic Journey deck of some kind. But yeah, right now it is not working in his favor for the most part. We see a couple of passes. Yep. Ugh, it is not going well for our friend here. I think we can probably get away with doing Swordsman. I mean, I doubt that he's got another Yarm in hand. If he does, then sick counterplay he's got here. But, yeah, I'm going to kind of bet that he doesn't have another Yarm, at least in hand. And maybe we can get away with the win here if we can connect all of what we've got going on face to face right now. It is not easy for him to remove all this, though, for sure. The Yarm can't even kill a Wraith. Not to mention I've got just some tank units coming in behind. This is most likely the end of the game. Or not. Leanna. Ooh, actually, Leanna's hell of a card here. Leanna's going to do a lot to keep this board alive. That is also depending on if he wants to engage the Trents in any sort of additional combat. Sometimes it is beneficial to use the Spirit Trents to remove some targets while also keeping their Spirit Link. Other times it is not. Hard to tell though for this case. I would imagine it's not, or man couldn't figure it out, so he's gonna surrender. Okay, sure. We will we will take that. Interesting match number 3 here. We will walk away with the W, and I guess on to match number 4. All right, and game number 4, again, the hand is looking a little juicy, a little too good to pass up, so we'll take it. Faithful Drake into a Ramrus could be pretty nice, and then following with Mana Core Protection, if the Drake sticks around, is just very, very cool. So we will have to take that. And our opponent here deciding to hit that favorite clock button. I think a lot of people are doing that in this video for some reason, which is annoying because I want content. But it's fine. We'll go Faithful Drake here, turn 2. At least he passed over the turn, so he was probably a little overwhelmed by the mulligan. I understand. There is a cultist. Ooh, hitting the board. That is fine. I'm going to put the Ramrus on board here. I'm going to actually rush this down a little bit here to try and force this cultist to either retreat or interact. You can kill it either way as long as both units survive on this board. Looks like they might for the most part here. Yeah, but he's not actually going to give us the rude. Okay. Well, there's a Lich, so I might as well just do this. Hiya. Barbarian coming out here. Man, it's been a while since I've seen Barbarian hit the field. It's always nice to see. But yeah, this should be nice. We can maybe use the Armory or Temple play here to kill off the Cultist, assuming he doesn't actually kill off the Ramrus. Wait a minute. Well, all right. It's a little rude, but whatever. That actually is pretty useful. We can do a Bestial Rage play here. We lose the Mana Core, but we also pop the biggest threat here, which is the Cultist. Kind of give a clean board, which is not bad. It is not bad at all. Necromancer. Okay, we lose the Lich. That's to be expected. We'll get out a big boy then. Let's walk the chonk onto the board. God. Army of the Damned. Yeah, okay. So a little bit of the undead package showing here from our opponent, which is fair, I guess. We'll do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of the temple play. We can do a little bit of cleanup here. We'll see how much he actually puts into the arbor. I'll advance it forward. Probably not the best idea to do, but I want to see what he's got. Most likely he'll put in the zombie here to fear it back. Yeah, a little fear action going. That's fine. Not a whole lot lost on Holy Altar. The altar is going to be a bit of an issue, though. Because, again, this is the... Oh, shit. This is the matchup where things like the companions are very, very important. But unfortunately, we just don't have them at our disposal in this match. I'll put a rat up. Why not? I mean, he doesn't have any chain. He could do another, like, he could do a Dragon's Fire. Dragon's Fire would be annoying, but not the end of the world. The Rat King's a nice pickup. Blue Firebolt, sure. Saving for the armory is pretty useful. Fearing back the arbor, not really sure that was the best play. Yeah, that's going to be annoying because the zombie survives now. Gross. Big gross. Ooh, and a Dark Bender to follow up. That is even grosser. Huh. Well, I mean, I can do this. The Blacksmith play can get rid of some important things here. Do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of this and this. Pass on that. He has to get aggressive at some point. I think he does realize that. So maybe if we can play defensive for a lot of the matchup here, maybe actually the sudden death can help pull us back with a double draw. Maybe we could sneak out of this one. But right now, we're in not so great circumstances. Just because, yeah, there's some direct removal in here that can snipe off the important targets. Keeper is a big one as well. Shit, that is not good in the slightest. Alright, well, might as well throw the scout and pass, because, again, I'm fine with playing defensive for a lot of this game. He's got 2 wraiths. Alright, he's gonna have to take out Temple as well. If he takes out Temple, it's not the worst. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. We don't exactly... Well, we have enough to kill the Wraith, but it's literally everything that we've got. Which is not great, but I also do not want to... Actually, no, wait, we don't have to do it. Math is wrong. Holy shit. Okay, thank God. Thank God we actually did all that stuff first instead of just playing into it. Okay, let's end the turn there. Let's watch our Temple of 5 Gods die. Yeah, he's gonna rush it in, which is fair. I don't see why you wouldn't. Swordsman coming out. Yeah, this could be our first lost game, to be honest. Oof. Wolf. I mean, we can take out the Darkbender, which is great. The biggest asshole we've had to deal with so far, but that swordsman's gonna come in and do a lot of damage. And I don't think we're gonna be able to have... Well, we don't have anything to stop it, really, except for maybe, like, Freezing Pillar. Can kind of hold it back here. Fear. Yeah, yep. Get some cleave value while we're at it. The Keeper can whop into the castle. Yep. Yep. All right. Well, I think this is going to be a game loss, and that is fair. Oh, well, there's Mordok. A little too late for you to show up, my friend, but, I mean, you are here nonetheless, so... I mean, you can do something, I guess. Yeah, it's just not gonna matter. It does not matter here. Unfortunately, folks, that will be our first game loss with this deck, which is to be expected. We're not gonna win everything, I imagine. Yep, there's the cleave, and that will be the game over. That was a tough matchup for sure. I think we might have been a little too greedy in the early game, and he was just able to power back very quickly, very precisely. And you saw there, you know, the cards in this deck are not great caliber. So when they run out of steam, run out of gas, that is pretty much where we lose the game. So with that, though, one more matchup to go for this video. Let's see what we can get done in match number 5. Right, and for the most part, we might end up walking away with this hand. It's not bad. Again, there are plays that we can make here for the most part. I'm happy with it. But woof. Let's see what we can do here. Let us see what we can do. It's up against a green-yellow build, so unfortunately, potentially school in the mix-up here. And with school, oh yeah, state going down real bright and early there. That's gonna be annoying. That's gonna be annoying for sure. Unfortunately, we don't have the back row removal to deal with this. So I'm a little concerned. I guess I could put the Ramrus down. If he has to pass turn 3 here, or pass turn 2, excuse me, maybe we can run the Ramrus here without much consequence. Parrot Rush. Oh, wow. Parrot Rush without... Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I could just do this now. This is going to die anyway, so let's make the trade there. Let's run in the Santa. Oh, Synchro Strike. That's not a bad card for him, but can he really use it now? I'm not entirely sure. This is looking not too bad for us. We're getting a lot of early damage in, which is great. I think at this point he might be too hesitant to throw out of the school because we are just in his back row, and that could be pretty gross. Maybe should have kept the Ramrus in front in order to deal with a school in the bottom corner. But, I mean, he doesn't have any units to throw out right now. So, I think we can get away with this. So, next turn, we could be either seeing a Stone Dragon statue or a Wizard Ramrus combo play. Jeez, another parrot. My man is... Oh, my man is hurting. What is this? What is this? Oh, no. Alright, well, here we go. Let's just hop into the parrot, I guess, because we can. I'll run down the Stone Dragon statue. Unfortunately, not a very strong pickup there with the Ice Drake. Oof. This is a little bit gross. But I feel bad for our opponent here. I mean, he's clearly on the brick side of his deck. Pulling 2 Parrot Rush with no coin stuff. Like, I don't know what's in his hand, though. Man ran 2 Parrot Rush, a estate, and a fortify, now a courthouse. Yeah, this is just not what our opponent, I think, wanted to see. Okay, Ramrus getting the extra plus, that's fine. I guess we can just do... I couldn't spawn block, which is a shame. We'll just do this. I'll probably put the wizard out. This, and then sure, just Dragon Search. To end off a very tough matchup for our opponent. Yeah, there's a lot of different enemies coming in for him. Okay, Robins, so he can kill off our Ramrus here, get some +5 action. So further, no, unfortunate. Well, that was a quick and dirty one. So yeah, we'll take it. We'll walk away and finish up match number 5. Right. So with that being said, I think I'm going to call this video here. I did say we were going to play 5 matches with this and maybe come back to the other 5 in a separate video, which I think might have to be the case here. Our opponents seem to be all over the place with their decks, their day 1 rankings, so things are clearly a mess. I'll wait for things to maybe settle down and jump back in maybe another day or two to get the remaining matches done. But yeah, a very weird video for sure. I feel bad because, I mean, the matches aren't like... Well, I mean, I can't say that. I think we did have some moments in the matchups that were fun. But for the most part, I think, yeah, you're starting to see more and more of what this rank reset really did to the metagame. Well, not even the metagame, just the ladder play in general. So it's a mess. It's wild. It's chaotic. It's all over the place. And hopefully we can get some better matches and, well, victories at that in part number 2. So stay tuned for that, folks. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So with that being said, be sure to leave your comments down below on what you thought of the ranked draft idea. Do you like it? Do you want me to maybe do it again with another set of cards, maybe once this one is done. Let me know. And of course, if you did like the video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to share with your friends, and subscribe if you're new or haven't done so already to the channel. It's a method that you can show your support to the channel, after all, at no additional cost to you. But folks, with that being said, that's going to be it for me for now. So, until next time, stay gaming.